A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to your social science video explanation class. And today we are going to talk about our chapter number 5 of civics called Judiciary. And in this, we are now going to discuss the last discussed topic, which was what is the structure of courts in India. In the last video also, I explained you in very short about what is the structure of courts in India. We have the structure of courts in India like a pyramid shaped structure, in which we have first the Supreme Court, the High Court, and then the local courts or the district courts. Now we have the Supreme Court 1, or also called as apex level court. We have one court there, and then we have one High Court, and then there are many district or local level courts. So now let's study about this. While there is only one apex level court or the supreme level court, the courts that most people interact with are called subordinate or district courts. These district or tehsil level are in every town, in every district, and each court decides upon a lot of matters, criminal matters also, civil rights as well. And people first of all reach to these courts because they are in your areas and they can easily discuss or take your matters. But then if you feel that these courts have not done justice to you, then you can go to Supreme Court, New Delhi, or to the High Courts as well. Now we are going to discuss one such matter by discussing one example, that how we have integrated system of judicial system in India. How we have this integrated judicial system in India and how do we practice it. Like the decisions made in the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. Like if some rule or some law has been passed or given by the Supreme Court or the High Court, then it is supposed to be followed by the lower courts and the decisions will be made according to that only. Then in another ways we can also say that this is the integration of the different courts available in India. Now we are going to understand this through one example given here, which is about a case which was in Delhi, and this was a case of 1985, which was State versus Lakshman Kumar and others. Now let's understand about this court. From lower level courts, this case went to Supreme Court also. In February 1980, Lakshman Kumar got married to 20-year-old Sudha Goyal, and they lived in a flat in Delhi. So Lakshman and their family were living in this flat in Delhi. In 1980, Sudha died in a hospital due to burns. But how did Sudha got these burns? So now they said that Sudha was heating milk when her sari caught on fire. But the neighbors are saying that this was not the case. They also heard on 1st December Sudha screaming. They heard Sudha screaming on 1st December. And then they went to Lakshman's flat and Sudha was standing with the sari in flames. So they saw Sudha with the sari in flames and they tried to extinguish the fire by wrapping her in gunny bags and the blanket. Then Sudha told that her mother-in-law Shakuntala had poured kerosene oil on her and Lakshman had lit the fire. During the trial, these statements came out. When a court takes up a case, so there will be witnesses who will be called there for the statements to be given, that what happened actually at the time of the crime or at the time of this incident when it took place. So when Sudha was burned and she died, so she could not come on the stand and say or tell that what happened. In the case where the victim is not there or is not available for telling about the situation, then the nearby people or the witnesses are called on the stand to tell about the situation. So according to Sudha's family, they said that her sari caught on fire during she was there in the kitchen while she was heating milk. But the neighbors said that on 1st December they heard Sudha screaming, and they went to their flat and they saw Sudha wrapped up in a sari which was in flames, and then they extinguished the fire with the help of blankets. But while they were extinguishing the fire, Sudha told that her mother-in-law Shakuntala poured kerosene on her, and Lakshman, her husband, lit fire. So this detail came out during the trial. Now members of Sudha's family and the neighbors started Sudha that they had subjected to torture she had been subjected to torture by her mother-in-law, and they were demanding more cash and scooter, fridge on the birth of their first child. So now, as a part of the defense, Lakshman's mother and his mother stated that Sudha's sari had accidentally caught on fire. They were saying again and again this, but the family members, Sudha's family member, were telling that they were demanding for more dowry during the birth of their first child. So, on this basis, the trial court convicted Lakshman and his mother Shakuntala and his brother-in-law Subhash Chandra, sentenced all three to death. Now, trial court, which is the local court, stated that they should be given death penalty as they were all convicted as a part of the crime. So now, in 1983, then the three accused people, they went to High Court to appeal against the verdict of trial court. So if you think that you are not given the full chance, even if you are the person who is called out or who is said to be the criminal in the case, then you can go from the lower court to the higher court. Now they went to the High Court, and High Court found them not guilty. Now they all three were not convicted and they were set free. So now what happened, that the group of women in the country spoke out. They didn't feel that this was the correct decision taken by them. This was a dowry deaths. This was against the dowry deaths, the deaths of women which happened due to the dowry. So now the women lawyers and the federations went to Supreme Court. They took this case and the appeal was heard against Lakshman and the two members of his family. The Supreme Court heard the arguments of the lawyers and the decision was taken. Lakshman's mother and Lakshman were found guilty. His brother-in-law, that means Lakshman's brother, was set free, but Lakshman's mother and Lakshman were accused for life prison. उनको उम्र कैद की सज़ा हुई. लक्ष्मण और लक्ष्मण की मम्मी को उम्र कैद की सज़ा हुई, जबकि लक्ष्मण के भाई को छोड़ दिया गया था. And Lakshman's brother-in-law was set free, but Lakshman and Lakshman's mother was sent to prison for life. So this is how it shows the integration of judicial system in our country. Because from the district level court, from the local level court, this case went up to Supreme Court. First they went to High Court, then people who were against their verdict of High Court, they went to Supreme Court, and then final decision was taken by Supreme Court. Now let's understand that what are the different branches of legal system. See, there are two systems that we are following: crime against society or civil laws. You know what happens is that in the last chapter also we studied about one law, which was the women's safety law, women's safety against domestic violence. We read that there was no civil law against this. Now what does criminal law means? That you have done some crime and you will be sent to jail for it, and you have to do the lifetime imprisonment or some kind of jail time. Okay, so that is why women didn't want to send their kids or didn't want to send their husbands to the jail. That is why they wanted some law through which they will be penalized by the court. They will be given some kind of punishment which is not in jail. Okay, so the crimes are divided into two parts: crimes against society which are criminal law, and civil law cases which are against the some when you take away somebody's right or you are not behaving in a right manner with somebody. तो क्या होता है कि अगर आप कोई भी क्राइम कर रहे हैं, वेर यू आर डूइंग बर्गलरी, अगर आप चोरी कर रहे हैं, इफ़ यू आर कमिटिंग मर्डर, अगर आप किसी को मार रहे हैं, अगर आप किसी को सिर्फ पिटाई कर रहे हैं, तो भी आपको क्रिमिनल लॉ के अगेंस्ट ही आपकी सुनवाई होगी. बट अगर आप जैसे कि घर का रेंट नहीं पे कर रहे हैं, आप किसी के घर में रहते हैं और आपने रेंट नहीं पे किया, या आप किसी को आप किसी कंपनी का सामान लेकर चले गए, या कोई कंपनी आपकी सैलरी नहीं दे रही है, तो उस तरह के केसेस आते हैं अंडर सिविल लॉज. नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फर्दर व्हाट डू वी हैव टू read about criminal laws and civil laws. The deals with conduct act that law defines and offenses, for example harassing a woman, bring more dowry or to murder somebody or theft is under criminal law. Or for example disputes between brothers of land, purchases of goods, rent matters, divorce cases are in civil law. So divorce cases are also in under civil law only, because you are not doing anything against the law, but you just do not want to live with that person, you want to get separated lawfully, so that you have to go through under the civil law. Now what is the procedure for criminal laws? You have to report an FIR. अगर आपको कोई भी क्राइम रिपोर्ट करना है तो आपको उसके लिए FIR करना होता है. बट अगर आपको कोई भी सिविल लॉ, यानी कि कोई भी ऐसा आपसी मतभेद या लैंड परचेज या रेंट का मैटर आपको करना है, तो आप उसके लिए एक पेटिशन डालते हैं. एंड दिस पेटिशन विल बी फाइल्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द लॉ, विल बी फाइल्ड टुवर्ड्स द लॉ, टुवर्ड्स द कोर्ट, एंड दिस विल बी ओनली फाइल्ड बाय द अफेक्टेड पार्टी. लाइक अगर आप रेंट नहीं दे पा रहे हैं तब, या आप रेंट नहीं ले पा रहे हैं अपने टेनेंट से तब. If you are found guilty in criminal case, you will be accused and sent to jail or will also be fined. तो आप जेल तो जाएंगे ही जाएंगे, या फिर आपको फ़ाइन भी भरना पड़ेगा. बट अगर आप किसी भी केस में, जैसे कि अगर आप लैंडलॉर्ड या टेनेंट वाले केस में जिसमें कि आप रेंट नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो आपको क्या होगा, you can go to the other flat, you have to vacate the flat in which you are living right now, or you have to pay the pending rent of the flat in which you are living. So these are the laws, differentiation between criminal law and civil law. Please read them very carefully. Now let's talk about, does everyone has the access to go to the court? Yes, everyone in India has the access to go to the court, but what happens is that going to the court and making all these procedures are very costly also. And you should be aware also, you have to go to the lawyer, then you have to go to the correct type of lawyer, वो आपको पूरा procedure बताएंगे, then you have to go through a lot of paperwork also, then you have to waste a lot of time in this also, you have to put a lot of time into this. But people who are working on daily wages, they do not have so much of money and they do not even have so much of time to waste there. So now what they can do is that to file an PIL, okay, public interest legislation. The full form of PIL is public interest